Yik ayuk satinish the katuhan, kitin kakan khosatinya yagi achweach tu yik tak iti yak kuati ya yagi anchich kua, then ina anika. Hi guys, good to see you all. I see the sun today, so I'm feeling good. It kind of feels like spring weather here in Anchorage on the land of the Dena'ina people. And yeah, welcome to class. So this is day 7 of this class, and Wednesday, March 20th, Neskiyagiya Hin Tanach Kaya Nidisi Tlekaya Yadis. It's the 3rd day of the week. It's the month of underwater plants budding, and 20 days have passed this month. Couple of announcements for you all. On Friday, I'll be in Juneau to give a lecture in the Walter Soboleff building, and I'll show you the flyer. It's kind of fun. It's hosted by Sea Alaska Heritage Institute, and the lecture series is called Honoring Our Ancestors and Future Generations. They're all happening in March. So last week was the presentation by Skill Jade, Linda Schrack, on honoring our speakers, past, present, and future. Yesterday was Doug Juice, my friend Robert Yates. He teaches Chad Kill or Haida. And then this Friday, I'm like, next Friday, this Friday, I'm giving a lecture on my experience as an SHI language scholar, and after graduating, becoming a teacher and building my mentor team for successful language instruction. So the lecture series is free, and feel free to swing by. It's in the Walter Soboleff building in downtown Juneau this Friday at noon. It's also a live stream on YouTube, and I'll just put this link to this flyer in the chat so that if folks are interested, you can check it out. And I see your blessed son in Yakutat as well. Awesome. I didn't know you were in Yakutat. I have good friends in Yakutat. It's a special place. Yeah. Okay.
It is a very special place.
Yeah. Other announcements are that our last class will now be April 17th since I took a week off a couple weeks ago. So we're adding one. Last one will now be April 17th. And then the week after next, we won't have class because I'll be traveling to New Mexico for a language conference. So no class April 3rd. A last announcement for today that I just received is that there will be no hangout after class today because Seiltin, the host, is unavailable. She had something come up. So no hangout today. Okay, so jumping into our review.
It's a blank.
Let's do when you see these, let's do you repeat after me for the first round, and then I'll have you just see them when you say them. So first of all, go ahead and unmute your mics and repeat after me. Achguk. Again, achguk. Good, yeah. This underline X is nice and gravelly. You pronounce it in the back of your throat. You should feel the moisture moving around back there. And the this first word means my. So body parts, you always say whose or what's body part you're talking about. Or if you want to say it in general, there's a term for that too, but you always put something before the body part. And so this is my ear. And one more time, repeat after me. Achguk. Good. Next one, achwaq.
Achwaq.
Again, achwaq.
Achwaq.
One more time, achwaq.
Achwaq.
Good. Achle. Achle. And one more time, achle. Good. Last one, achche. Good. Achche. Good. One more time, achche. Good. So you have a couple underlined X's in a row, which makes it fun. And the second one is pinched. So both the underlined X's you pronounce in the back of your throat. If you see an apostrophe, that lets you know to make it a little snappier. We call it pinching the sound. So let's practice just the second word for mouth. Repeat after me. Again. Good. And then the first word, ugh. Ugh. Good. Now nice and slow, both the words together. Ugh. Good. You sound good. One more time. Ugh. Good. So now when you see them, go ahead and just say them. Ready, gook.
Akshu.
Good. Good. Nice. I'm pulling you out of your comfort zones. You're doing good. You're being brave. Repeat after me. Achwaq. Good. Next one. Ah. Ah. Good. One more time. Let's go through them again. Okay, gook. Ah.
Achwaq. Akshu.
Good, you guys. Really good. So let's keep playing with these words. Wasa dua saug gook. Dleit kach.
Ear.
Ear. And whose ear?
My ear.
Yeah, oh, my ear. You do a saug gook. Dleit kach. Ka achwaq.
My eye.
My eye. Oh, what? Like kach. Okay. Ka achlu.
My nose.
Yeah, oh, my nose. Kanach
My
yake.
nose.
Ka achka.
My mouth.
Yeah, oh, my mouth. You do a saug. Like kach. Ja, yidat ko ach tuwasigu. Yi se ko achi. Wasa do a saug. My ear tlingit ko.
Achguk.
Ach book. You do a saug. Tlingit my ear. my eye.
Walk.
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 My nose.
Akshu.
Yeah, my mouth. Yeah, you do a sock my mouth. Any questions on those?
Yeah, so just wanted to clarify for my ear and my eye, it's the same whether it's one or both, correct?
Yeah, you don't need to make them plural. Guk would be my ear or my ears. Was that your question?
Ah, Gunashish.
Okay. There's a good description in the beginning Tlingit workbook. And I'll just take you there really quick because it's good to review. Where do we find plural? I don't see one about it being plural or singular, but I'll keep my eye out for where I saw that written. Good question, though. Okay, so you repeated after me, you recalled the words from memory, you translated to English, and you translated to Tlingit, so you have a good understanding of these 4 body parts. And we'll be adding more. Okay, but while we're in review, we'll review our dialogue practice. And for the first run through, go ahead and repeat each one after me. And then after we finish these, I have something else lined up for you. So repeat after me. Wasa itu wasak.
Wasa
Wasak.
Nila toga yuchatu wasak.
Sakunu
Uxatzin yuchatu wasak.
Wasa iati.
Wasa
Tlech wasa.
Wasa.
Again, wasa iati.
Wasa
I hear some of you using this phrase, which makes me very happy. Repeat after me. Achtu atu deqin. Another one, repeat after me. Wasa iati.
Wasa
Achshahinik. Oh yeah, I accidentally made it short. Let's do it again. This is a long high A. Repeat after me. Achshahinik. Iitgayan uaha. Achitian uaha. Or Tlaik tlellach itian wuha. Yeah, let's do just this word because it's a little bit different from the question and the positive response. Let's repeat after me just this last word. Yan wuha. Versus the positive form. Repeat after me. Yan uwaha. So words change just a little bit in the negative form. So quick run through. I'll be person A for all of these, and you all can be collectively one person B. So when I ask the question or say the first line, go ahead and respond with line B. Wasa iduwasak.
Sasha.
Senior Katuasak.
Usaku.
Wasa iati.
Claire Wasa.
Wasa iati.
Wasa Iati.
Ke. Wasa iati.
Shayan.
Ishan. And then for the first one, go ahead and respond, yes, I'm hungry, this top line. I'll ask the question. Iit gayan uaha.
Akian.
Ahan uaha.
Okay. And this time you will respond with the bottom one. No, I'm not hungry. Iit gayan uaha.
Claire.
Waha.
Okay, very good. Any questions on those? Okay. Speaking of Tlake, we have some homophones that we went over, and they're words that sound similar but have different meanings, and they're pronounced differently. So let's practice them for review. First one is my finger, and it sounds like this. Repeat after me. Claire.
Claire.
Next one means berries, and repeat after me. Claire.
Claire.
And then if you're saying no, repeat after me. Cake.
Claire.
Good. So translation, exercise. Wasa duwasak akek kaitkalkainach.
My finger.
Yeah, oh wait. My finger, you duwasak kaitkalkainach. Ka tlek.
Berry.
Berries.
Wa berries. Oh what? Kunachyak. Ka tlek.
No.
No, you duwasak. Okay, so I like to start classes with review, and then I'll also be incorporating them into some warm-up exercises moving forward. So for example, since we have been reviewing the homophones and these dialogues, I might start beginning class with different exercises that, for example, maybe I'll have you fill in the blank here, or maybe to make it easier for our first time through, I might have you fill in the blank on the English side. And these are not graded, they're not to stress you out, they're just to challenge you a little bit and mostly elicit that like mental process we go through when we're trying to remember something because just the action of doing that is so powerful for our language learning. We strengthen that muscle and that mental ability. And so it doesn't matter if you get them right or wrong in the warm up exercises. It's just to warm up your brains and start exercising that recall. So we'll start that next week. Ikeke, sound good? Okay. I like doing lots of things like that without grading them just because the process is so helpful for our language learning. Are there any questions or comments so far? If you think of any, go ahead and let me know along the way. And we're going to look at a different type of question today. So far, we've been doing a lot of WASA questions, asking how things are, either WASA iati, how are you? Or WASA ituwasak, how are you called? And now I want to take a look at This next one, if you look at the top here, repeat after me this first top question particle, da.
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 So instead of wa, which would let you know you're being asked a how question, now if you hear da, you know you're being asked what something is. To let you know it's a question, you're gonna hear this sound afterward. Repeat after me, sa.
Sa.
Yeah. If you hear sa, someone's telling you to say it or name it. So they're saying, say what it is. In other words, what is that? So put the two together and repeat after me, da sa.
Da.
Da.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll have these spatial indicators depending on how close something is to the person talking. Just like in English, we say, what is this if it's close to me, or what is that if it's far away. You do the same thing in Tlingit. So if something is close to me and I want to know what it is, I would say, repeat after me, da saya.
Da.
Mm. If it's across the coffee table from me, I might say, repeat after me, da sahe.
Da.
Mm. If it's maybe at the next table, I might say, da sawa.
Da.
Sawa.
And if I spot it through the window outside, or we're outside and it's far away, I would say, da sayu.
Sayo.
So let's take a look at the beginning Tlingit workbook, and then we're going to watch a video where we'll hear the questions being asked. So pages 38 and 39. Find them. Okay. Yeah, this is a helpful explanation of asking questions. So I'll read this to you, and then we'll watch the video. So forming Tlingit questions. The chart on the following page shows how to begin forming questions in Tlingit. There are three basic components involved. The first is a particle, which is a small function word that establishes what type of question is being asked. The dotted line in the chart shows what the question type would translate to in English. The second part is the particle sa, which translates to name it. There's a body part with a similar name, sa, where the base of the neck meets the front of the chest. The third part is optional and is one of the determiners, as in the following examples. So let's say all of these. Go ahead and repeat after me. Dasa and dasaya, dasawa, dasahe, and dasayu.
Da.
Yeah. While these do form questions, they can also become statements, as in the following examples. So the first one is a question. Repeat after me. Wasawa. And the next one is also a question. Wasaiyati. Yeah. Sometimes you'll see these two sounds put together to make a statement. Even though they're question particles, you might hear something like this. Repeat after me. Wasayakewa. Yeah. And it would translate as how very good that is. And so sometimes you might hear somebody say, for example, how good I feel to see you. And we do the same thing in English, but when you're learning it as learning a second language, it can trip you up sometimes where you hear sounds that are telling you, I'm being asked a question, and it ends up being a statement, how good I feel. As you see and hear more Tlingit, pay attention to these question particles and how they're being used. As you begin learning more and more phrases, you will see them and use them more dynamically. The particle gu, where, generally requires a suffix, and we will learn more about these later, but here are some common combinations. So first one, if you're asking where, repeat after me, gu su.
Gusu.
And this question will be in the video we're gonna watch as well, so you can keep your ear out for it. Next one, asking to where, repeat after me, gudesa.
Gudesa.
Udesa.
And then from where, gudachsa.
Gudachsa.
Yeah. As a side note, looking at these two phrases, gudesa and gudachsa, what's the difference on the English side?
To and from.
Yeah, oh, what to? The first one is telling us to where, the next one is from where. And what changes on the Tlingit side?
Data.
De and dach. So just looking at this, we can see I'm asking to towards something would be de, and from would be dach. And start keeping an eye out for patterns like this where you can infer what the meaning is by seeing differences. Yeah. Okay. So that's a little bit about asking questions, forming questions, and I want to show you this video. So far, we watched one video from this series around they're asking the question wasa itu wasak, what is your name? This one is about what is it? So dasa. So things I'll ask you to keep your ear out for. Just enjoy the video and the puppet acting and the fun of it all. But start to keep your ear out for dasa questions and also gusu. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to hit play and I'll just let you enjoy it here. Actually, do I want to do that? I don't need to have it open. I'm going to do full screen. Okay.
Da saya wasiyate ahtuya kliarsatini susi wajet kideyadu
Wasa'iyati,
susi le akawo ayahede shututani wekuk
heyde shinachtu tani wekuk,
kan susi hit katulayeh
Clegg Jimmy, Clegg hit away,
kan yaduye kugweke atihaye katles sudasa tlach atlen at yahayi susi.
Wust kachtu jelwe at yahayi Jimmy.
Yak wust kachtu jelwe at yahayi. Yak kachtu uyata kayata yak.
Kayat ayak. Kayat ayak.
Da soe susi.
Kles kwasaku. Da
Da
saya
saya
at
at
yadki.
yatke.
Ha iti reshe at yadki. Da saya. Na da kakya. Kles na da. Shad kakya. Kles shad. Steen ka akya. Kles steen ka. Hit akya. Kles hit aya. Da saya.
Susi. Khwasiku dadksa sati.
Jimmy chwasiku. Du red katasa ach Jimmy.
Tlach na da kwaya. Tlach shad kaya. Tlach steen ka aya. Tlach hit aya. At ya aya. Kan susi yato at wak. Kayato a at wak. Tlig, dig. Tlig, dig.
Wakakwa wait. Kles wakawe. At awe.
Ayach awe. At kre awe. Yak nach tu uwe at kre. At wak. At wak. At kre. Susi at lukusu. At lu akwe.
Kles at lu awe. At lu akwa wait. Kles at lu awe. Gusu at lu.
Yato at lu. Susi. Yi tinega at yadke. Yato at lu. How? Yato at kre. Kayato at lu. Yak nach tu uya at lu. Kaya wak. Dachat et a shisusi.
Na.
Yak nach tu u. Kawe at wak akinag.
How? Yadu at walk. Ka at lu. Ka at walk. Ka at khe. Yadu at walk. Ka at lu. Ka at walk. Ka at khe. At cook Jimmy. Gusu at cook.
At kukakya susi.
Jimmy. At cook akya. Khwasiku Jimmy. At katu ati yahayi aya.
Kakri kakya at yatke.
Eek.
Keg. Tish kakri kaya.
Ketlakya at yatki.
Arf, arf, arf.
Kles ketlaya.
Shukwe takya.
Kles suketlaya. Oh, gusu atsu at cook Jimmy. Dushtrain aya Jimmy.
Keldushaya Susi. Katakochi aya. At kuktin. Ka at wak. Ka at lu. Ka at kuk. Ka at wak. Ka atin at re.
Jimmy of Tuwasiku.
Hachzoch tuwasiku. De agawo ka aya wanye de yeutusaneye. Yanki wane keik. De. Nast. Haku.
Wee. Yadu at walk.
Yado at kuk.
Yadu at suck.
Yado at re.
Yadu at cook. Kayadu at walk.
Dachat et ashisusi.
De agawu ayawu tu adi. Tuteye igach tu satin jayuk at yatki.
Tsutsaye igachtu satin.
Jimmy weku gigdiskan.
Takati wan hati a. Kan. Weduwe kata kochi.
Tuteye igach tu satin kadakuji.
Tsutsaye igachtu satin. Takati wan. Tsutsaye igachtu satin chayuk.
Okay, how was that, you guys?
It's fun.
Yeah.
I love the sound effects and the roar.
Yeah. Sound effects help us kind of infer what they're talking about. When you went arf, arf, and said Kate, I'm like, oh yeah, that's dog. Let's see. I'm gonna mute this and open. I'm gonna mute this and open it. Okay, perfect. What else did you have on your minds?
Well, I
I thought
didn't
it
know
was
the
so
name.
cute.
Oh,
Boop.
I didn't know the name for a lion, and it sounds like they were referring to a lion as Askatu Yadi, the child of the forest. Is that Ayachakwe?
Really close. That's really close, and I love that you're listening for that and trying to pull meaning from what you're hearing. So let's do observations. That's a really good tool for language learning too. Watching what's going on and being like, well, they just said this phrase. Is that something I recognize? Okay, so let's do them on here. Okay, so we know that one of them is lion because we saw him explaining what the picture was, which we can see is a lion. And then he also said this word, askutu. And at first, initially, we thought we heard yedi, but let's listen to it again. It's not yedi, but it's something really similar. So I'm going to go back to where they have
There's no lions in Southeast Alaska, so we kind of have to come up with something there.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna play it just from when he has the picture together, and I'll pause it after he says the phrase we're talking about.
Dushtrain aya Jimmy.
Keldushaya Susi. Katakochi aya. At kuktin. Ka at wak. Ka at lu. Ka at kuk. Ka at wak. Ka atin at re.
Jimmy of Tuwasiku.
Hachzoch tuwasiku. De agawo ka aya wanye de yeutusaneye.
Oh, he actually says it right before that. Let me go back.
Dushtrain aya Jimmy.
Keldushaya Susi. Katakochi aya.
Okay, I can't remember if they said it before or after that. I didn't hear it, but some of the things we picked up are okay. So we have a question about this. Did you guys hear her say douche klein?
Uh,
Any?
Uh, big cat.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do we hear douche klein, and that's big cat. And then he says tlell douche klein owe, which would be what?
it's not a big cat.
Not a big, yeah. That's
Owe. Tlell douche klein. And then I'll pause it right after he says the word for lion, and then we'll look it up together. So first we'll rely just on our hearing, our listening, and then we'll use the dictionary to line up what we hear with reality.
Douche clean aya Jimmy.
Kekdusha Suse. Hatakochi aya.
What did that sound like?
Kada. I couldn't make it out.
That's pretty close so far. I'm in the same boat. I don't know what a lion is called in Tlingit, but I can show you how I'll take what I'm hearing and then line it up with what I find in the dictionary. So we're gonna look up lion in the dictionary and compare it to what we hear. A lot of sea lions.
Oh. Ah, Kada Dushi.
Oh, okay. So
Is
let's
it?
take, go ahead.
Oh, maybe what I heard was Kada Dushi, but what Jimmy was saying is Kada Dushi.
I wonder, yeah, because I was hearing underline K as well. I'm gonna see if there's any more appearances of lion. Nope. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, and then it also sounded more like this to me. I'm gonna play it one more. Yeah, I'm gonna play it one more time. Hadakuchi. Oh no, that would be wolf. I'm gonna play it one more time and see if I can pick it up with you guys. Okay.
Douche clean aya Jimmy.
Kekdusha Suse. Hatakochi aya.
What do you say?
Kada Guji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looked like the difference between the two is the second one means man-eaten, which would apply to a lion as well as a wolf.
Yeah. Very cool. I didn't actually know that. I'm going to put it in one word since the dictionary entry has one word. Man-eating wolf, in other words, a lion. Kadakuji. And he said ayasuzi. So how would we translate this line into English? Tleshdush ayasuzi.
This is not a cat.
No, it's not a cat. Big
Yeah,
cat.
away. Good job, you guys. This is not a cat, Susie.
I mean, except for it kind of is.
Oh my god. Don't make me me laugh. My back is sore from exercising yesterday. Um, so the actor is Johnny Marks playing Jimmy. And I wish I could have met him. I heard he was really cool. But yeah. This is not a cat, Susie. It's a man-eating wolf. Roar! And then, did you happen to notice, Tuulitzin, when you heard this askutu yadi sounding line, was that earlier in the film?
Honestly, I think I just the Khadaguji or Kadaguji came off as sounding like Askatu Yadi to me, and maybe I was just deciding that that was what a lion was called in my head, and so confirmation bias, maybe. I don't know. I heard what I wanted to hear, I think, but
Uh, that
but
that will
I don't
happen.
know.
That will
Yeah.
happen, but they definitely do say it because I heard it too. But what they're
Oh,
saying, I'll just clarify now since I'm here and I know I heard it. They said askutu adi. So they're
Ad.
getting closer and closer to what it is. And have you guys heard this phrase before?
Take.
Okay, this is a type of animal, and there can be hintach adi, things in the water, askutu adi, things in the trees, and askutu adi is a way to describe forest animals. So let's look that one up.
Is it specific to mammals though?
Let's look it up because I when we do this exercise with Rene, he would also have things that are flying, which birds live in the forest,
Mm,
and askutu adi would be a different category of animal. So I
uh,
want to say it's mammals, but let's check. So if even if we all thought, okay, I think I heard askutu yadi. If we start looking it up in the dictionary and we just start with these two words, let's see what comes up. Askutu. Because you recognized those words. So if you were doing this on your own, you might type in askutu. And look, it already pops up as a suggestion. Sorry if this is kind of small.
uh,
So if I type this in, it pops up as a suggestion. I'm going to click it. And so we're gonna start to see appearances of Asgutut, and I'm gonna scroll through till we find what sounds like what we heard. So first entry is Asgutuyiksha, and I'll read them all because we'll start to form patterns in our mind based on what we see. This is woman in the woods. It's a word for spider. And we see
yeah.
if in the gloss, Asgutu means tree in. So, in the woods, Shah, woman. Okay, let's look at the next one. If we scroll up, okay, so this entry split in half. This is the second half of it. Let's look at the bottom of this column to look at the first one. And we have this phrase, askutuyik adi. So again, we have this sound yik, and it's making it specific to spider.
Yeah.
Thing.
Thing in the woods,
Thing
in
in
the
the woods.
forest.
Yeah. If we have askutuyik on its own without saying adi, we have a noise or a sound or a tree or the woods. That could be a lot of things. And I haven't heard this in conversation, so I can't tell you more about it yet. But let's keep looking at what else we find. If we have, oops, sorry. Let's go back to where we were. There's this entry for just askutu, and it means forest, woods, or timber inside the base of the trees. So now we learn a little bit more about the literal meaning for askutu, inside the base of the trees.
Mm.
Askutu adi. How come that's not in here? I'm gonna try typing in adi. Askutu adi. Maybe it's one word. Oh yeah. Askutu. Let's try looking at it as one word. Wilderness. Woods. Where is it? Askutu adi. Okay, I'm gonna look up mammals. I know this is kind of cheating, but I just want to find it in the dictionary because I know it's a phrase. Well, okay, we're getting closer. This is one of them. I mentioned Hintak Adi, a sea creature. Oh, that includes sea mammals. Okay. Goo. Sorry, guys. I wanted this to jump out as like an easy answer, and it's not. Sometimes you just have to scroll through the dictionary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Animal. Okay, well, we got 7 minutes left. Any of your thoughts or comments while I scroll through the dictionary?
I picked up on a phrase on there that is helpful, I think, and it's fairly simple if you're newer. But kehwasiku, which
Yeah.
just means I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's a good phrase to learn because you're going to be saying it a lot, I think, when you're learning you know, Tlingit to Khashtu when you're a student of Tlingit. So kehwasiku.
Good one. Let's add that into our list. So we have I'll do and then let's do the positive form too, which would be khasiku. Oops. So this one is I don't know, which is what they said in the movie. And this one is I know. I know it. And then if I want to do a spell check, I can do that in the dictionary. Oh, it's not going to be in there. Oh well. I know. Oh, I'm not going to take you guys through my little dictionary journeys right now. We'll run out of time in class and I'll still be here at 9 p.m.
I'll go down the rabbit hole with you another time.
Thank you.
Sometimes you need more than one dictionary.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, so he asked her, Dasawa Susie, and she went, "Tlechwasaku," which is, I don't know. So if you guys liked this, we can kind of next week we can revisit the video and just focus on a short portion of it because it sounds like you all picked up quite a bit just even from that initial viewing, and I would love to dive into it a little deeper with you. We got 5 minutes left. What else is on your minds? Go ahead and ask away. We can do open exploration, discussion time.
There's
Hannah, sorry, when they were talking about the lions walk, were they saying at walk?
Yeah.
At,
Good.
so it's
Yeah, that's really good. So Earlier, I mentioned that if you're saying a body part, you need to say whose or what's, and then if you're saying the body part in general, like you don't know what it is yet, there's a phrase for that, and that's what Kla just noticed, and she was able to hear and recognize. So, atwaq, and I think it would be high tone. Is that high tone? Let me double check. Atwaq. Something's eye. Oh, something. A thing's eye. Sound. I'll check if it's high tone or low tone. Oh, something cut up shoe. Yeah, low tone. So the phrase for general body part, which they kept using, is ut, and this just means a thing's eye. So they don't know what the whole picture is, the atyahai. They don't know if it's a dog or a big cat or what. They're just saying, here's an eye, here's something's eye. So this would be what you use for a thing's eye. And they say it for all the body parts. So what would be a thing's nose?
Look.
Ah, atla. What about a thing's ear?
Atkuk.
Ah, atkuk. And a thing's mouth.
Atka.
Ah, yeah, owa, atka,
Eh.
owa. Ike, atka. Good one. Anything else you guys noticed?
So one more question. Once we know what it is, would we say Kadaguchi Lu?
Yeah. If you wanted to say a lion's nose.
Would you want to add like an ayah or a way to indicate like you're saying that this is the lion's nose or that is a lion's nose?
Yeah, owe konachike, really good. So if we're saying just a lion's nose, we could say kadakuchi. Oops. What did I just do? Kada. Okay. I don't know what I just did there. Kadakuji. Nose. Sh. Kadakuji. Sh. A lion's nose. And then if I wanted to say, this is a lion's nose, what would I say?
Yeah.
Abakuji, luch, ayah.
Ah. Okay. Good job, you guys. This was fun to do with you. I think we can continue on with this video next week. And I'm gonna let you go since we're at time. There's no hangout today since Iftin had something come up. But I'll see you all here again next week. Same time, same link. I'm proud of you.
Good night. Cheers.
Tschüss.
Ah.
Good enough. Chish, Suya, Klasatin.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sitting.
Ah.